The universe never ran out of arrogant species. They sprouted like weeds across the stars, civilizations with sleek fleets, vast empires, or ancient knowledge that made them believe they understood everything. It was always the same pattern. They'd master FTL travel, map the void, and eventually, with smug inevitability, declare themselves the apex of intelligent life. Until they met humans. But let me tell you something no one in the Galactic Compact ever truly grasped. Humans weren't just another species. They weren't another empire to fold into treaties or another backwater race to exploit. No, humans were a cosmic accident. A fluke. The universe's one big, inconvenient exception. And that inconvenient exception had just landed on Voss Prime. Ambassador Kellic of the Ulnari Confederation smoothed down his bioluminescent robe as he floated through the Grand Chamber, his neural implants translating the excited chatter of diplomats. Around him, species from 100 worlds whispered and conspired, their voices tinged with anxiety. Because, for the first time in history, the Terrans had accepted an invitation to a diplomatic summit. It wasn't out of friendliness. No one invited humans to anything out of friendliness anymore. Voss Prime was neutral ground. A jewel of a planet draped in iridescent oceans and silver-leaf forests. Its cities were all towering spires and mirrored domes, gleaming like teeth in the starlight. The Compact had hoped its beauty would intimidate the humans, or at least distract them from the political ambush they were about to walk into. The air grew tense as the doors hissed open. A hush swept across the chamber. 3 humans entered. They didn't look impressive, not to the untrained eye. They lacked fur, scales, or exoskeletal armor. Their clothes were dark, practical. Their weapons were concealed, but Kellic's ocular implants flagged at least 6 hidden kill devices under their jacket. The one in front was taller than the others, his eyes sharp, his stride confident in that unsettling, predatory way all humans moved. His name, Kellic's database whispered, was Commander Holt, a former military officer turned diplomat. Though diplomat was generous, the man had a reputation for brokering peace with the same efficiency he'd once directed orbital bombardments. Commander Holt greeted Chancellor Virith of the Voss, her voice a melodic hum. "We are honored by humanity's presence." Holt's expression didn't change. "I doubt that," he replied flatly, his eyes scanning the room. "But we're here." Kellic winced. Directness like that was a social bludgeon. Among the Compact, diplomacy was a dance, layered, polite, full of veiled meanings. Humans stomped through that dance like cave beasts with flamethrowers. The summit began. Speeches, declarations, proposals. The usual theater. But the real spectacle was the undercurrent of fear. See, humanity hadn't just joined the galactic stage. They'd kicked the door down. 70 years ago, the Dravic Imperium, then the most feared military power, had invaded Earth's outer colonies, expecting easy conquest. They got glass cities, crippled fleets, and what historians politely called the massacre at Sigma 12. Humans didn't just fight. They adapted. Every defeat sharpened them. Every setback evolved their tactics. In 2 decades, they weren't just surviving. They were expanding, reverse engineering alien tech, fielding weapons that made established empires nervous. Now, the Compact whispered of Deathworlders, apex predators, bioweapon species. The old empires watched Earth with the same cautious respect predators gave venomous prey. Kellic listened with half an ear as another senator proposed economic sanctions. It was all noise. The real plan would unfold tonight. Because the Compact didn't intend to let humans grow unchecked. The assassination order had been approved hours ago. An engineered accident. A malfunction in the ambassadorial suite's air systems. No blame, no war, just unfortunate tragedy. By morning, human leadership would be leaderless, shaken, and manageable. At least, that was the plan. It unraveled in exactly 8 minutes. Kellic's implants pinged as an encrypted alert pulsed through his neural net. Target compromised. Extraction protocol triggered. Situation escalating. His secondary eyes flicked toward the humans. Commander Holt's team hadn't returned to their quarters after the summit. They'd vanished. No. They hadn't vanished. They were hunting. The first explosion rippled through the Vossian security compound. Subtle, low-yield, controlled. A message, not a massacre. Holt's voice crackled through the public address systems, overriding encrypted channels like they were made of wet paper. "Nice try," he said, calm, almost amused. "But we don't do victim very well." Panic erupted. Guards scrambled. Dignitaries fled. And the humans moved like phantoms. Kellic floated in place, paralyzed by a realization that chilled his blood sap. They'd known. The assassination wasn't foiled by chance. The humans expected it, prepared for it, and now they were dismantling the operation piece by piece. Within an hour, the entire planetary security grid was offline. Within 2, key Compact officials were publicly exposed for orchestrating the plot. By dawn, the summit was in ruins, and humanity, untouched, unbroken, walked away from the chaos. Kellic watched from a viewing port as their sleek black diplomatic shuttle lifted off, slicing through the atmosphere toward their ship, a jagged behemoth of Terran engineering called the Resolute Dawn. It wasn't elegant like the Compact's ship. It wasn't adorned with the crystalline beauty of Vossian architecture. It was brutal, efficient, covered in railgun batteries and missile pods like scars. But it wasn't the firepower that terrified Kellic most. It was the humans themselves. Inflexible? No. Predictable? Not remotely. Dangerous? Beyond measure. They weren't playing by galactic rules. They never had. The universe wanted order, treaties, slow negotiations. Humans? They wanted results. And when the universe didn't cooperate, they changed the rules. Or broke them entirely. Kellic turned away from the viewport as the Resolute Dawn vanished into the stars. He had a message to send, urgent, encrypted, flagged at the highest priority. Subject, humanity. Recommendation, stop underestimating them. Immediately. The galaxy wasn't ready for Earth. It never would be.